I watched the Superman movie just an hour ago. I came in with not many expectations due to me not being familiar with the character. I'm most familiar with his Injustice version and him in the CW, which are both horrible examples, I know. But what I do know is that when people talk about Superman, the words that come up most often are hope and justice. And that is how this movie feels. Hello and welcome to Tea Time with Ghost, a show where I drink tea and talk about my opinions even though nobody asks for them. I'm your host Ghost, and today we will be talking about my opinions on the new Superman movie. Let's get into it. I never cared for Superman, which is a crazy thing to say, especially when he's one of the most important and popular characters in DC history. You'll see him everywhere, not just in places meant for comic nerds and DC fans. I mean everywhere. He's in stores, he's on shirts, his name is referenced. You know who he is even if you truly don't know who he is. And while I didn't hate Superman, I just never felt that connection that made me go, this is what everyone was saying when they say I love Superman. This movie changed that. I'm not gonna sit here and just glaze this movie because it does have its faults, but when I tell you I got chills in the theater, it was genuinely an amazing experience. This movie skips ahead to a world where superheroes already exist. Clark, or Kal-El, has been Superman for 3 years now, and of course his biggest hater, Lex Luthor, is fuming that he's been around for this long. Luthor ends up breaking into the Fortress of Solitude along with Engineer, and finds a message from Superman's biological parents telling him to serve humanity and be their protector. But the message is unfinished, due to it getting damaged when Superman landed on Earth. So Engineer and Luthor finish the message, and find out that Superman's parents really wanted him to come down to Earth not to protect it, but to rule it. He uses that against Superman and publishes it to the public, which gets everybody to quickly turn on Superman. After realizing Lex Luthor must have got the message from the fortress, he rushes back to see all of his robots destroyed, as well as the fortress in a mess, and his dog, Crypto, missing. After that, he goes after Lex.
The dog, Luthor! You took the dog!
And a video of him yelling at Lex Luthor gets published online, which causes further criticism and fear. Superman spends most of his time looking for the dog. Meanwhile, there's a warrant out for his arrest. He realizes if he brings himself in, they might bring him wherever they brought Crypto, so he does, which leads to him just getting captured by Lex Luthor, who uses kryptonite on him to torture him. He also brings in a human, someone who once gave Superman free food, and also helped him up when he got knocked down previously in the movie, which was enough to get Lex to kidnap him. Lex threatens to kill the man if Superman doesn't fess up to any of his questions. Who else are you working with? Who raised you on Earth? Superman, weak and under the effects of kryptonite and distressed seeing someone in danger, begs Lex not to do this. He begs and begs until Lex pulls the trigger. And this is the first time we see Superman cry. Not when the people he's sworn to protect goes against him. Not during the time he gets tortured by kryptonite or gets crushed by giant monsters. When he can't save someone, that's what breaks him down. It's things like this that really made me feel like, oh yeah, this is Superman. He is honestly more human than any of us. And I've heard that saying a lot. Superman is the most human, more human than anyone. But this movie truly makes me feel it. The times where he stops in the middle of a fight to save a snail or save a dog, the rest of the Justice Gang focus on killing the threat, while Superman focuses on the people, minimizing casualties, and even checking in on people in the middle of a fight to ask if they're okay. That is Superman. That's what he stands for. Every time a moment like that happened, I got chills. I could feel the energy coming off the screen. Eventually, Superman escapes where Lex Luthor is holding him. He gets saved by Mr. Terrific, who honestly lived up to his name in this movie, and Lois Lane, before getting brought to his family's home where he can rest and heal. But as soon as he's better, he gets back up again and he's ready to fight. And in the end, he's able to defeat his enemies and get Lex Luthor put in jail. I tried to avoid giving you too many spoilers for the movie, but I hope that gave you a good rundown. I want to talk a little bit more about our main character, Superman. This movie really radiates hope. Something I noticed is that every time Superman inspires someone or gets back up when most people would stay down, his theme song plays. And it's just the most suspenseful and exciting feeling every time you hear it. You just know something's gonna happen. It was perfect. Now, there were a few flaws in the movie that took away from his character. I feel like it had a bit of pacing issues. It wasn't too bad, but it was enough for me to notice. The beginning of the movie was the worst with the pacing, but as we went further into it, I could feel myself getting deeper and deeper into the movie. Like I mentioned before, the small moments where Superman would stop to help someone, even if he didn't need to, or if it would just make his job harder, it felt so important to me. And I'm so glad James Gunn added that in, because this movie would not be the same without it. I've seen a lot of criticism saying, oh, DC has gone woke. Please shut up. I feel like the word woke is often used as an excuse to just be racist and not have inclusion. And this is the only time I will ever talk about this in this video. Superman is an immigrant from another planet. What did you want them to do? Honestly, like, come on. And I've seen people say stuff like this, and it just confuses me a lot. I just wanted to address it before moving on. Anyway, I liked how they included other heroes and not just Superman, because that's just how it is. There's always other heroes around. There's so many movies where it's just like, oh, this movie is about this hero, so we can't have anyone else except their supporting characters. Like, no. If anything, I feel like that makes it kind of weird. And I didn't realize how weird it was until I saw this movie. I enjoyed having the other heroes around. Instead of having specific movies for team-ups, you could have a movie focused on one character and still have other popular characters here and there, and just have them take the back seat instead of trying to balance everybody having the same amount of screen time. Speaking of side characters, my favorite side character was Mr. Terrific. He was funny and interesting, and I really hope he gets his own movie or show or something. On the opposite side of that spectrum, I feel like Hawkgirl didn't really get her time to shine, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad she was included. I'm just interested in what direction her character will be going in, because right now, I just don't know. I kind of felt that way for Lois as well. She got more screen time and was more focused since Lois is a big part of Clark's life, but I feel like we didn't really get to explore her character more. We could see she's determined to get the truth and report on the truth just like any good journalist would be. And maybe she has some slight insecurities, shown in the scene where she tells Clark, I told you I'm not good at relationships. But I feel like that was really it. I do love her casting though, and I feel like her actors really fit the character, and I am excited to see more of her. Alright, I know who you guys are waiting for me to talk about now. Lex is genuinely a professional hater and crash out. Oh my god. Like, I knew this from before, but he seriously trained a bunch of monkeys to leave hate posts about Superman on social media. That is next level hating, and honestly, it was kind of funny. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about his actor Nicholas playing Lex, because every time I see him, I just see the young Hank McCoy, but honestly, he did an amazing job as Lex Luthor, and I really want to see him again. If we don't, I'll genuinely be surprised, because I'm sure he'll find a way to ruin Superman's life in prison. Seeing this movie, then looking at the MCU, honestly feels like a disappointment. I mean, I know I'm very excited for the new Fantastic Four movie, and I love the Thunderbolts movie, but this movie completely blew my expectations out of the water and set them even higher for Fantastic Four, which could either be very good or very bad, and I'm scared it's gonna be bad, especially with how things at Marvel go. I honestly think DC is making its huge comeback. This movie was genuinely more than I could have ever expected. I laughed, I felt chills, I got emotional, I felt so into this movie at times, and I didn't understand it before. I wasn't familiar with Superman before. This movie was genuinely amazing. It had its flaws, I had my doubts, but I left that theater smiling, excited for the next movie. As soon as I got home, I started working on this video. That's how excited I was to talk about it. Superman. He is a symbol of hope and justice. Someone people look to and look up to and inspire to be like when times are dark. That is what this movie feels like. It represents Superman in a way I haven't seen in live action. It honestly makes me wonder why it was so hard to do before. James Gunn, I do not regret putting any faith in you. And honestly, I will be sat down in the theater for every single DC project that you create. Please go watch this movie. If you cannot get to the theater and have to wait for it to go on streaming, watch it with headphones on, because the sounds and the background music and everything about it, you just need that full experience I got in the theater. This is something I've never really said when talking about any show or movie that I've critiqued. The sounds, the suspense that music gave, it was genuinely so good. It was perfectly timed. So when you go see this movie, if you can't see it in theaters, set up some speakers or put some headphones on and make sure to watch on a big screen, because it is genuinely worth your time. Go see it now and come back and let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay determined and have a miraculous day. Ghost out. Man, this movie was honestly way better than anything I could have ever thought about. I knew it was gonna be good. Like, I didn't know where to set my expectations because I wasn't familiar with Superman at first. The only thing I'm familiar with is the Supergirl CW show and Superman from the Injustice series, which obviously are not good examples, like I said earlier. But genuinely, I knew what people thought about Superman, and I never really had that feeling until I saw this movie. I've never been in a movie theater where I had such strong reactions to something, where I laughed and I was shocked and I gasped. Like, my mom, when we were getting the tickets, we saw this was rated PG-13, and she hates kids movies. Oh my god, when I tell you, my mom loved this movie, and she does not like children's movies. She saw it was PG-13, and she was like, wow, that sucks. And I feel like that lowered her expectations a bit, but when she watched it, we both loved this movie. It was so good. Please watch it. Like, honestly, you should watch it. It's so good. But anyway, moving on to other stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. I literally rushed to edit this to get it out on time for you all, because I didn't want it to come out late, like a week after the movie came out, so you're welcome. But I'm going to see Fantastic Four around the time it comes out. I don't think I'm going to see it the day it comes out, but I hope I get to. But like, if I can't, because I might be busy around that time, I'm going to see it around the time it comes out. So watch out for that video. I love you guys. Thank you for watching this far, because you did not need to do that. Stay determined. Have a miraculous day. Ghost out. Bye. Love you.